Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here to the best Pokemon news day we have had in years. I'm thinking 2019 Pokemon Sword and Shield reveal was the last time it felt like this, that we had actual energy behind Pokemon. New Pokemon game reveal out of nowhere. First Life Sim confirmed. So I didn't really know what to think during the Nintendo Direct. I think the delivery was really weird on it, and it felt like a really small scope game. But as we get more details, Pootopia is looking compelling. We're going to be breaking that down a bit more. But also, all the Pokemon news that we got. It's crazy how much is going on. So if you enjoy the video, please leave a like, share it with your friends, and comment your thoughts down below. The YouTube algorithm is destroying everyone, but also, we just need to feel that love for Pokemon again. Oh, and YouTube has hype now, so make this the video of mine that you hype, because amazing things are happening here. And the crazy thing is, that's all it takes. One great Pokemon news day to restore my humanity, that we get a moment of 2016, and we are so back. Alright, let's get into this news. So Pokemon Home, of course it's going to link with Pokemon Legends ZA, but we got some wild details. Pokemon cannot be transferred from ZA to previous titles in the Pokemon video game series. If you transfer a Pokemon from a previous title to Pokemon Legends ZA, you will no longer be able to transfer it to previous video games in the Pokemon series. The new era is officially upon us. However, I feel like the toxicity of the Pokemon community is going to get overly upset like this, like we saw with Bring Back National Dex, even though it's not an issue. So you can bring select Pokemon from past games into Lumio City, and that's where they live now. Pokemon Home is a place where Pokemon can gather. Also, it's going to be arriving in 2026, so close to Pokemon Champions, maybe timing it with Pokemon Champions. So by that point, there's not going to be a reason to go back to Pokemon Sword and Shield or Pokemon Scarlet and Violet with the Pokemon that you decide to hang out with in Pokemon Legends ZA. That's like getting upset you can't use your Pokemon in Sun and Moon. Like, yeah, it is a permanent decision, and you have to be careful, especially if it rolls out before Pokemon Champions and, like, you lose out on a competitive Pokemon. But we're in a mythical format, and whatever else is happening with Scarlet and Violet, Scarlet and Violet's done. Like, we're in the new era of Pokemon. This is dropping next month. Ranked actually matters because you get the Mega Stones for the Kalos starters through Ranked. So, Mega Stones obtainable as promotion rewards. Starting October 16th, Ranked Battles Season 1, Greninja. So the game comes out, Ranked Battles are immediately available, I guess, on that season. We don't know when the next season's going to happen and stuff like that, but that's how you get the Mega Stones. Alright, cool. A reason to play Pokemon Legends ZA and at least attempt to take the battling seriously. My fear is because of original Nintendo Switch connectivity, cheating becomes a problem. It also means that the training of Pokemon Legends ZA is going to be interesting however they do that, unless it's like the first implementation of the Pokemon Champion system, where it's just like, okay, IVs potentially removed, instead of EVs, it's just one stat point like it should be, and it's a very easy way to get your Pokemon's power. Cheating still matters. Any amount of time and effort saved to bypass grinding is an objective, competitive advantage, which is why I'm also tired of the idiots saying, oh, Verlisify can't complain about cheating when Pokemon Champions comes out, except it's already confirmed that you have to grind to train the Pokemon. Cheating is always wrong, and a majority of the Pokemon community is too evil to accept that fact, even with Pokemon Champions coming out. And then I don't like this picture, because I didn't notice this with Mega Delphox, but I think it's a downgrade from S tier to A tier with like the weird split on the beard. Also for like the action pose. Whatever's happening with the ear fluff out here, I think it's just like a little too far. So we can't have a perfect design in modern Pokemon, but it's still really good. Like the theme, on point, A tier, and then whatever shenanigans Greninja's up to. And this is where the news gets weird, because I still think Pokemon Legends ZA is an awful game. It's looking irredeemable. It's looking like one of the worst ARPGs ever. And throwing in DLC is weird because I don't like that the Pokemon Company is all in on this game, but it is big news and it is extra content, and I don't hate Mega Raichu. I think it's actually a good design. Like, if we're going to do something silly, or we're going to use Megas to represent a theme in an over-the-top way, yeah, it's weird Raichu has two tails, but it's got the X theme. And I think Mega Raichu Y is a fun design. I see more care in this artwork than, again, anything in the last couple of years with Pokemon. But then I read the mythical Pokemon Hoopa holds the key to the story, and I don't like that, because Pokemon Legends Arceus had absolutely no respect for Pokemon. It was a fanfic that threw away the established lore of Sinnoh, because, yeah, we have Sinnoh folklore, Sinnoh mythology, nothing Hisui about it, and then we just get stupid designs, fan service, and callbacks that have no meaning whatsoever. Pokemon Legends ZA already destroys the beauty of Kalos. We had 1 year in Kalos with Pokemon X and Y, one of the best regions. We get 2 years in Hoenn for a remake, and now we're stuck inside the city. The DLC isn't going to be that big, and we can already see with the DLC, it plays into Hoopa's ring, so we're going into the Mega Dimension. So we're not getting a full region for $30. And Hoopa already got its representation in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire because that was confirmed in interviews to be Z version. It was a direct connection to the Generation 6 storyline with Mega Evolution, and then Hoopa got its own movie. And then when we think about Zygarde, its story got expanded in Generation 7. A true Z version was never intended by Game Freak, which makes the story of Pokemon Legends ZA harder to fit in, and now everything is kind of a mess. Also, why is it called Pokemon Legends if this is taking place in the future? And why are we going to mess around with Zygarde's story with Hoopa nonsense? So Hoopa's a mythical Pokemon that warps space with rings. The loops are stretchable, forms holes leading to far off places. Fond of foods that have holes in them, especially donuts. Okay. What role can it play in the Mega Dimension? Stay tuned for more details. So, like, that's also weird that a key to the story is DLC. Alright. Raichu Mega Evolutions have been discovered, which is also cool. So that's what I mean, like, this feels like classic Pokemon. And good job they did it with the mascot evolution. I don't hate that. I don't hate it. I see heart and effort to deliver on a theme in a way that hasn't been successful in Generation 9 and not even Generation 8. Then we got Mega Raichu X, so the repulsion from its electromagnetic forces generated by its two tails allows it to float as it moves. Its ample subcutaneous fat can store up electric energy, letting it maintain a high electrical output and heightening its defensive capabilities. We got defensive form! It works! Using electromagnetism to propel itself swiftly through the air, can take down opponents several times its size with a single blow of its electrically charged fists. That has me thinking quite a bit. Because Screamtail is a fast tank, so competitively, this thing could be pretty good. And then we got Mega Raichu Y, so it has like the Raichu ears, and then it keeps like some Pikachu in it. I dig it. Mega Raichu Y's greatest strength is its ability to unleash its power instantaneously. It excels in short, decisive battles. The energy generated is amplified as it courses in a zigzag pattern between its tail and spiky, horn-like fur on its head, letting it unleash powerful electric-type moves. All this electric energy gives it a wild and combative temperament, causing it to eschew tactical maneuvers in a favor of straightforward approach to battling. Yeah, so it's kind of like a Mega Pikachu. That's kind of how we gotta look at it. Actually, yeah, it's big Mega Pikachu. I dig it. Now, I like the Megas for the Kalos starters so much, I'm not going to read their details, because, like, I don't need to be won over for Mega Delphox. I guess we could have seen in the art that had the split beard, but more blended in right there. We need to understand what's going on with Mega Greninja, though. So, unleashing the energy of Mega Evolution increases reflexes. There we go. Clinging upside down to a gigantic and rapidly spinning water shuriken. Why? clings upside down to a giant floating water shuriken that was created from a gel-like membrane secreted from its body. Membrane. That just kind of oozes off of it through Mega Evolution. That's why I can do it. Opponents caught off guard by its surprising appearance are wrapped up in its long tongue and prevented from attacking. Charges towards immobilized opponents to attack them from its gigantic, rapidly... They really gotta sell the gigantic, rapidly spinning shuriken. And lore-wise, that's accurate. I see that and go, what the fuck? And then it chokes me out with its tongue because it's still a ninja. It's an assassin. It's using that to just confuse me, and then it gets you. Alright, so we can also see Water Dark, so we have all the typing and stuff right here, which is why I want to check out Chesnaught. Any changes? Nah, that's rough. Grass Fighting's a horrible typing. Delphox, Fire Psychic. There we go. They keep their original typings. No Fire Ghost. I'm down with that. Also, that looks really cool. Let's talk about the new Pokemon game. So, first life simulation title coming to Nintendo Switch in 2026. Play as Ditto to collect materials, craft items, and create a cozy life from the ground up. Let's watch the trailer. So yeah, when I saw the trailer, I didn't feel... Well, also, what post-apocalyptic insanity is going on over here? And then Ditto's trying to remake the world. So I don't like that. I don't like the Ditto trainer. It's harder to relate to. Does it ruin the game? No. Does it diminish the game? I'm thinking objectively yes. And then, as I was watching this, I didn't see the point. Like, this, it comes off as too overly casual to have a purpose. I still think you should play games to get something out of it. That even Animal Crossing has a purpose and has fulfillment behind it. This just felt like a really small scope, almost like mobile feeling game, even though it is for Nintendo Switch. It's one of those like, oh yeah, this is just like the most casual of casual nothing, less content than Pokemon Quest even. But as we get more details, which again we're going to cover off of the press site, it's like, wait, this is actually like has fulfillment. This is a full game, and you get to create your own Pokemon world. I think it would be cool if we weren't a strange Ditto. But also, like, look how Animal Crossing this is. That's some fear right there. Be careful, you could get a nasty burn. So they're like friendly villagers. And I guess being the Ditto has impact behind it because you get to talk to the Pokemon, which does add that extra element to it. But it would have been like, bro, imagine if this was Mystery Dungeon. Oh my god, imagine if this was Mystery Dungeon, where it's like Stardew Valley, that you actually like build out your own farm area, that you get your life sim coziness, and then you can run dungeons for the loot to build out. Now I'm upset. Even though I think this game is probably going to be pretty solid, it's like just a little bit of the miss on something. Like you get to choose your Pokemon similar to Mystery Dungeon, and then that's how you build out your world. I don't know, man. The Ditto thing just weirds me out, but we can see like, oh yeah, probably gotta get upgrades and get special Pokemon or like befriend Pokemon so they can remove the debris and help you build out your world. Get to climb around and do stuff. Farming for resources. So yeah, when I saw it's like, okay, but like I get resources. Oh yeah, wait, never mind. So the Ditto works to turn you into the utility. I mean, we already know that from watching the trailer. It just didn't really sink in until I had to like explain it. So it's like the Ditto's a necessary weirdness to make the experience come together. Don't know how to feel about that. Because it's also the same as if you have a train. Oh god, that was a frame. It's also the same like if you're a trainer and you just pop out your Pokemon that you have and you use them like an HM. Except like you have the entire island so you can call any of the Pokemon you've already befriended and it's not limited to 6. So you can actually see it copies everything. We have the leafage of Bulbasaur to create more grass patches. We have the digging. And then, yeah, you punch and that's how you free things up. You really gotta, like, once you understand what it is, you really have to rewatch the trailer again to be like, oh, I get what they're going for. A little weird, but I get it. And yeah, when I saw this, I was thinking, what's the purpose? What's the goal? What am I going to get out of this? Is it even worth playing? Because there's, like, no experience here. There's nothing to gain. No matter what you do, there's no purpose. But actually, you use Ditto's transform ability to build your own Pokemon world. And it even gets, like, insane to rebuilding the Pokemon world. Why are we in the rubble, and what happened to the trainer and the Pokedex and stuff? And when we see it's like, oh, there's also multiple regions and biomes, and you get to convert this island into your own Pokemon world. Dang, that's hype. The delivery's just a little weird for me. Diminishes the game a little bit, but it doesn't make it bad. And after seeing that ending sequence, I think there's a lot here. Is it better than Pokemon Quest or Pokemon Quest 2? I think there's actually a world where it's equivalent. And there's so many things you can build, I wouldn't expect it. Like a route information sign. Like, you get to recreate your own pocket in the Pokemon world. I keep saying that, but it's cooler the more I sit with it. You can even, like, make little bikes and lampposts. Like, oh, man, that's actually sick. Why does it have to be Ditto? Flashbang warning? Let's go to the press website. So, developed by Koei Tecmo Games, releasing on Nintendo Switch 2 in 2026. Doesn't seem like mobile or anything. It's like, Switch 2 exclusive. That's pretty sick. Life simulation game where players can create their own Pokemon paradise. Oh. I called it. Yeah, you make your own Pokemon paradise. That's actually really cool. It features Ditto as the protagonist, who has transformed to look like a human. As Ditto, players can explore and learn moves from Pokemon they befriend. So, like, just spelling it out if you didn't pick it up from the trailer like I did initially. Players can collect materials, build furniture, grow vegetables, create homes for Pokemon, allowing them to experience a cozy, slow life with Pokemon, one that they build themselves from the ground up. So that's what I thought. I thought it was just going to be like empty cozy, but it's actually meaningful, buildy cozy. Over time, players can develop a town of their own, invite other players to visit. Pokemon Pootopia has also a day-night cycle linked to real-world time, changing weather and in-game locations, their own unique characteristics. Oh, it has its own website. See, I don't like that. But everything else is cool. And it doesn't seem like there's more details hidden on the website. They just kind of like catch it all up. Dang, the game's neat. It was a great day for Pokemon news. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.